神が行えば善となることも、人が行えばこれ皆悪となり罪となるのだ。この俺はピッコロ大魔王の生まれ変わりだ。再びピッコロ様の天下が蘇るのだ。
Alright, everybody, we are taking the new EZA INT ZAMASU into these new red zone stages. This time we're going up against the Goku Black in ZAMASU, or just ZAMASU. I believe this is, what, stage 4 now of this event, and it is up against ZAMASU here in the first fight. It's actually this guy. That's who we're fighting right here. So, unfortunately, we got him in slot 7, and we have an attempt limit right now, so I can't just, back out and jump back in and see if we can get him in slots 1 or 2, or like turns 1 or 2, and, do the showcase from there. The game decided to be a little funny here and put him in slot 7, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and start getting ZAMASU built up here. We're going to float off Piccolo Jr., because we need a full Realm of Gods rotation for this ZAMASU here. So we actually got just really bad opening rotations. We'll see if we can make this work. I'm sure I can, but it's going to take a little bit of trouble, or it's going to take a little bit of time to set up our rotations here, which in these new events you really do not have. The one thing about these new events that I don't know if I want to say I don't like it, but some of their difficulty curve that nobody really talks about is how they don't give you a chance to get ready in these new fights. You have to be ready. You just have to hope that you load in and your rotations are good, or you're on a team where your rotations don't really matter. If you're on a team where it's okay, man, we can be good, but we need X, Y, and Z to go correctly, well, you better hope that, one of those X, Y, and Z things is not having perfect rotations. Because if you hop in here and your rotations aren't good, you're probably not even going to get a chance to set them up correctly. Just for example, most of these fights are ending on turns 4 to 5. Sometimes, depending on your team build, they'll go to turn 6, or just, if you get unlucky with damage, things like that. Or unlucky with additional super attacks. There's a variety of things that can lead you to going a little bit longer in these fights. But typically, whenever I'm wrapping up these events, it's on turns 4 or 5. Maybe for you guys, they're going a little bit longer because you're using units not at 100%. Okay, I believe that is all of the intros out of the way here. Who do I want to put in slot 1? Probably just do this. Float off the INT ZAMASU. This guy can work well as a floater. So yeah, I think we'll do this. We'll go ahead and grab... Let's see, they get ki whenever they get hit, right? So they're going to get hit once there. Let's just grab these. That'll give them enough to get an 18 ki, which gives them defense for, 6 turns. We can grab these AGL key spheres with AGL ZAMASU. He could take some damage on this turn, but keep in mind he will heal us 20% HP at the end of this turn. So as long as we survive, which we should be able to do, we will be fine here. So let's go ahead and do that. But what was I saying? Oh, these new fights, basically, they don't give you time to set up your rotations. You got to be good to go from the get-go. Otherwise, you're going to be in a situation like this where it's okay, we have some good defensive units on the team, but not turn 1, slot 1. So these guys all need to build up. They need to do some super attacks. They need to take some hits, things like that. And that's the nice thing about the Corrupt Merge ZAMASU is that he's pretty tanky on turn 1. So you can put him in slot 1. You can have your other units, get a little bit built up before they start taking any major hits. But unfortunately here we got the double leader rotation, so we were unable to do that. Now, again, we are going to heal up a little bit at the end of this turn. And then the nice thing about that new EZA INT ZAMASU is that he heals us 7% HP with each attack he does. So if he double supers, we're going to be in a pretty good spot here. Nice, double digits, and then you can see the healing kicking in there. Awesome, we can actually put this guy in slot 1. I mean, I could, or I could do this, and we could see how he tanks. So let's go ahead and do this. Now, another thing to keep in mind, this INT ZAMASU here, well, not him, this guy right here has a cooldown of 0, so he could super attack. I mean, there's a decent shot that he's super attacking here in this slot. We don't really know. Okay, so this is ZAMASU. What he's doing. Attack and defense, 180% is good. He reduces damage received by 40%. Again, good. He gets more stats the higher his HP. That's kind of eh, and in this situation, it's not great. It means that we're at a lot lower defensive level than what we could be. He is getting an extra 20% damage reduction because all allies in the turn are Realm of Gods category, so that's good. He launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack starting from the turn in which the character receives the 6th attack in battle. So this guy he wants to take hits. Unfortunately here, defensively, I'm not really sure how we're looking, but let's go ahead. We'll just throw him right here into the thick of things. We'll grab all of these INT orbs. That'll give us some healing, not a ton, but a little bit, and we'll just see how he does here. This guy is a sub EZA, so I'm not expecting a ton from him, but, you know, I'd like for him to at least be able to tank normals. If he's doing that, like if he's taking double digits from normals, I will be pretty happy here. I don't need him to survive the super attacks. That's why I gave him a full dodge build, you know, so that in the event that we need to dodge a super attack here, we can do that right there, and then we double digit tank the normals. Perfect, perfect. My plan is coming together. You know, that's why you give a unit like that full dodge. You know, you could go full additional, and then maybe you could go for like the HP healing. I think you do want to prioritize dodge. Excuse me, I had a weird burp there. Oh my goodness. I'm good, I'm good. But I do think you want to prioritize dodge because of situations like that right there. I mean, you probably didn't want to put him there. Tech ZAMASU probably could have handled that slot just fine. However, you know, things did work out for us. So, what do we want to do here? Do I want to float? Probably not. Well, maybe. What do I want to do? That is a big question here. I think I want to float this unit off. I think is what I actually want to do. We're hanging around in this fight a lot longer than I thought we would. I'll be honest with you. Maybe it's because we floated off Piccolo Jr. Maybe it's because we're type disadvantage. But we are definitely hanging around in this fight a lot longer than I thought we would. So that's not necessarily good or bad. It can be good because it gives us time to build up units like AGL ZAMASU, but it can be bad because then I'm bringing units like that, you know, Tech, Rose, and ZAMASU, who are good, but they need to be out of the fight by about turn 5, so that is a little unfortunate there. Also, that super attack is a little unfortunate. You know, ZAMASU could lighten up a little bit. He could chill out, you know. Like, we don't need to be supering constantly, buddy. We can relax a little bit. Piccolo Jr. getting one super attack is not good. These guys are still guarding, so that's good. They also got a super attack here. Double super attack is pretty good. They will not carry that stack, I believe, into their next appearance. But that is still good for this turn because it double-digit tanked that hit right there. Okay. We could get the domain out here. I think I want to save it until we're a little bit further into the event. Let's go ahead and grab this. He gets more defense on his 12-key super attack anyway, so that is fine. We can grab these INT orbs right here. Our defense is at 214k, so just a little bit higher than last turn, but pretty much the same level we're at, which makes sense. We're only slightly higher in our HP pool, so that does check out. One unfortunate thing about this INT ZAMASU as well is that he does not have big bad bosses. He is out here rocking Cold Judgment as his main defensive link, so that is, you know, a little not great. 3.48 million is good. Please, can we get a second dodge? Oh my goodness! Oh wow. Okay, so that was listen, we're 2 for 2 on the super attack dodging. I would like to kill this INT ZAMASU sometime today, please. That would be pretty nice, you know. We're just really lingering around in this fight here, and that is not necessarily a good thing. Piccolo Jr. could at any point kill this guy for us, but so far he has not been helping us out in that regard. So, you know, any day, buddy, it's up to you. You know, you're kind of supposed to be here to help carry the damage of the team because, you know, like ZAMASU can do it, but, you know, he's type disadvantage here, and INT ZAMASU's not attacking in slot 1, so, you know, he's not getting his double supers. And he's also not getting built up because he's not attacking very much. Oh, that's a lot of damage. I think we're fine here as far as, you know, surviving. But, man, that is, like, we're just getting bullied by this INT ZAMASU because every single turn he's just supering us, like, immediately. And there's nothing we can do about it because we can't get out of this phase. Like, sometimes you can just get caught in these loops of not being able to do anything, and your cord goes out so you can't record footage. And Piccolo Jr. is doing an 8.6 million attack stat, and the people can't see it because you're sitting here with an Elgato screen, and it's still not popping up. Hello, anytime today, please. All right, I got it back. You guys, it was on this same turn, I was, you know, angrily describing what was happening to you as my cord just... It's not the cord, it's the Elgato. I don't know why it does this, but it's like really hot. Like if I touch it, I could fry an egg on that thing right now. But anyway, Piccolo Jr. got us out of here. We didn't miss any footage, you know. That's all good. Now, I think we are dead here. But we are going to pop the domain, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's go ahead and play the domain. That'll help us a little bit. Alright, we have the domain here. Let's go ahead and get some tech orbs created, please. Okay, that's good. That's actually really, really good, because that means we can get them some tech orbs, which will give us some healing. Now, I have a decision to make here. This is not the smart decision, because I can't get that. If I could just select my own orb path right here, I would grab that INT key sphere. Guys, this is supposed to be this guy's showcase, but really, if I want to survive, I have to do this. I know, listen, I know. But there's a chance that we don't even make it back to this rotation. I mean, we're going to do this. Let's go ahead and grab the orbs. That'll give us his defense. Or, well, it'll give us, like, the buff, right? The support buff. So, yeah, we needed that. We're up to 227, which is pretty much what we've seen throughout this entire fight. I'm not sure if this guy has taken his 6 hits yet. But if he has, you know, that's good. Should I put him in slot? No, I can't. I can't put him in slot 1 because I have to... Like, just the way the orbs worked out on this turn, if I want to survive in here, I would do this. If I didn't have an attempt limit, this is not how I would play this turn. Because we have an attempt limit, I feel like I'm forced to play the turn like this. So, 227k defense, pretty good. Again, he's healing us 7% HP with every super attack he does. So, if he has his 6 hits in, which I'm not sure that he does... Oh, this is really good. This is actually perfect. But if he has his 6 hits in, then we are fine. All right, like, we're going to double super. We'll heal 14% HP. So any damage that the Goku Black and Zamasu unit in the middle takes, we will be able to heal that right back up. So that's good. I don't think they can get super attacked. I think this unit has a cooldown of 5. So I don't think we can get super attacked again on this turn. But if we do, it'll be on INT Zamasu. So a double super there would have been really nice. Yeah, because they're not fully built up. All right, this will give us a little bit of healing. And he's at double digits from normal, so that's good. No super? Okay, that's great. Okay, awesome. All right, we get Piccolo Jr.'s giant form now. That's, of course, you know. Again, if you want to argue this guy is the best unit in the game, it's because of this, like, giant form right here. And the active skill. The active skill with the attack break is pretty good, but, you know, it is kind of like, God Goku has an active skill too, right? That does a ton of damage, so... you know, it's really this. It's this giant form. In doing this giant form, we know... Well, we don't know yet, but if we can get Goku Black and Zamasu to super us twice while we are in this giant form, then we know that they cannot super us whenever we get out of the giant form, which means that we only have to play around normals, and I think we can do that. So on this turn, we'll have the Tech Merge Zamasu. He should be able to tank normals just fine. We'll have Piccolo Jr., who can also tank normals, even if he only does like 1 super attack. And then we'll have, I believe, the INT Fusion Zamasu, who should also be able to tank very well. So yeah, things are looking good here on this turn, so that's great. I thought INT Zamasu looked great on that last turn. I mean, throughout this video, he's been fantastic. He's taken double digits from all the normals. He's provided us a lot of healing, and he has dodged 2 super attacks. Like, part of the only reason that we're in this run... Wow, they actually double supered on this turn. That's crazy. That is insane. But the only reason that we're even in this fight to begin with is because of Zamasu dodging those super attacks. So I do feel pretty comfortable with the build that I gave him. And it is kind of unfortunate that we did have to float him off there on that last turn. Because, you know, this is supposed to be his showcase. Typically, whenever I'm doing showcases, and this is pretty common throughout, you know, every YouTuber, is we like to keep that unit, you know, on rotation so that we can get more footage of them. That's kind of the whole point. You know, we're supposed to be showcasing them and not necessarily this crazy crack team around them. You know, I want to put them in harm's way. I want to do things like that. However, I am working under an attempt limit right now, and so is everybody else, so are you guys. So I am doing a showcase, but I also need to make smart decisions that are going to keep me alive so that I can continue to do the showcase, because, you know, we're on a good run right now. If I were to, you know, put INT Zamasu in a spot where he was just going to instantly die, it's not really going to show us anything, and it's just going to end the showcase, and then I have to waste another attempt to get it done. That's not very good. Like, we don't like that. Should I use the active skill? I'm just trying to decide, because if I use the active skill, we're going to miss this attack break, which will mean that we do less damage on this turn. But we do get the active skill. This is a tough one. I could do the active... Well, no. Well... Do I use the active... I really like watching the active skill. There is that. But I kind of want the damage from the ZAMASU here. How's the friend built, by the way? Full additional. I kind of want to do this. I'm going to do that. Man, I don't know. I don't know. If I grab these orbs, will it... No, it won't. Let's just play the active skill. Let's do it. Well, no, let's not. Let's save it. Let's save the active skill. I've decided we're saving the active skill. All right, we'll do that, and then we'll grab these AGL key spheres here. That's fine. All right, we're on turn 8, by the way. I just realized. You know, here I was talking at the beginning of the video, like, oh, you don't make it to turn 6 in these fights. And here we are, you know, on turn 8. I mean, this has been... We don't really... Piccolo Jr. is like our main damage dealer on this team, other than Corrupt ZAMASU. But Corrupt ZAMASU is slowed down again in that first phase because he's type disadvantaged. So there's also not many hits, like get him built up. You know, I can come up with every excuse in the world for him there. He's still not fully built up, and we're 8 turns in. But Piccolo Jr., our main damage dealer for the run, has been floating off. You know, like we floated him off immediately, right? Or yeah, immediately, right? So we weren't able to get his defense built up at all. And also his attack and everything else. So, like, these barrages of attacks that he could be doing, he hasn't been. And then on the few turns where we've had...
正義の光を我を撃て悪を滅せぬ弱き神は不要なり
It helps if I unmute my microphone. Well, whatever. Listen, whatever, okay? There's some lost commentary in this. All I was talking about is oh my god, I'm gonna have to add in commentary in post or something. Basically, the gist is I was talking about how, you know, I was talking about at the beginning, like, oh, these fights don't go very long, ha ha ha. Man, I gotta figure out how much commentary I missed. Oh my god, guys. I was doing so good, and then I didn't unmute my microphone. Why do I ever... Like, I have OBS. Like, why don't I just use OBS to control my sound? For some reason, I'm like, oh, better mute my microphone. Or sometimes I'll hit it on accident. Because, like, I don't know, it's just super sensitive whenever I, like, get near it. Oh, wow. That did a lot of damage. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you guys prefer this without commentary, but, alright, there we go. We at least got the win. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. I talked about several things. I don't know how much you guys missed out on. Essentially, I was talking about, you know, at the beginning, I was talking about how we would wrap this up on turn 4 to 5, maybe 6. And then, you know, I was like, haha, we're actually on turn 8, and I made a really funny voice. I was like, ooh, turn 8, ooh, you know, I can't make it right now, because it was like an in-the-moment funny voice. Can't do it right now. Oh, goodness, I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes I do things, and then I forget that I do them. I don't know how much commentary you guys missed out on. It could have been half the video. Who knows? I'll consider adding commentary in post. I'll open up the video, see how much I missed. Thank you guys for watching, though. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to catch you guys next time.